everyone, and welcome to Halo's Championship Series Gamescom Invitational. It's time to bring on the teams. So first team coming up is Supremacy. Let's give it up for them. All right, next team coming up, everybody, is Optic Gaming. All right, guys, let's get started. Gentlemen, take your seat. All right, back to casters.
And there you have it. Optic versus Supremacy is going to be your first game. I've got to say, it's about 40 degrees in here, so I do apologise for my sweating, but we can see some heated up games. Again, both of these teams do not want to go out first round. Ramirez specifically is the kind of player and kind of team captain, you know, you look at him and you think, he hates to lose more than he loves women.
Right, there's going to be Optic Gaming once again facing off against Supremacy in our match number 1. But like you were saying, Sims, I mean, Ramirez, all he cares about, I think, is winning. Whenever we see post-game interviews with him, he's always talking about how the team is feeling, that he wants to win matches, and he's really all business.
Oh, yeah, without question. He's kind of like, but then again, you look at the other side, and they've got someone like Flamesword.
Right.
Both team captains are very, very precise. They're very, very adequate at what they do. And you hear them talking to their teams. They communicate well. Basically, just to get the job done. That's what they're there to do. They're there to communicate. They're there to get the job done. Tell them when the team needs to slay. Tell them when they need to pull back. I'm really looking, you know, they're born leaders. There's no other way better to put it at the moment. As you can see now, head-to-head, Optic Gaming on top, Assault, Maniac, Ace, and Flamesword. On the bottom there, we have Ramirez, Chalky, 2 Foxy, and Riot's one of the best teams in EU playing one of the best teams in America.
Of course, you remember that bottom squad, of course, played under the TCM moniker last year at the Gamescom Invitational 2014 with Halo the Master Chief Collection. They also competed at PAX Prime as well, so you might remember those faces playing under TCM. Now they're under a new banner, Supremacy, and they've got a lot to improve here if they want to take down Optic Gaming in round number 1. But of course, it's a best of 3. All they need to do is win 2 Slayers and they'll move on.
I think as well, coming in as your Gamescom previous champions, you know, they want to go back with a back-to-back win. They want to get the 2-peat here. However, it's not going to be easy. You know, Optic Gaming, at the end of the day, they are Season 1 and Season 2 top 8 finalists. They're professional players. These guys have been in the business for a long time. As you can see on screen there, keys to victory. Handle the pressure. America is on their shoulders. The NA scene is going to be looking and watching and seeing if Optic can take down all the European teams here today and go home with the win.
That's right. And of course, they need to shut down Ramirez, like you said. When he's controlling the game, it'll be a nightmare for Optic Gaming. So if they can keep a player like Ramirez on his death screen and down as much as possible, not in the action, that'll, of course, give them a little bit of a boost.
And then at the bottom there, be aggressive. These guys need to come out all guns blazing. They need to hit Supremacy as hard and as fast as possible. Halo 5 Guardians with the Spartan abilities is no way near a slow game. They need to hit them fast, hit them hard, take away that game number 1 and roll it on into game number 2, as you can see on screen there. One of the fan favourites, Chalky, this time seeing if we can do some sniper damage. He's done so many times. Keys to victory for Supremacy. Time the power-up. We've seen many times from both Epsilon and Optic Gaming, timing that OS to an absolute T. It seems to be a bit of a Flamesword versus Jimbo scenario. Every time that OS comes up, they're both battling it out and duking it out to see who can pick it up first.
That's right. And then the second, of course, is released to Chalky. Last year, we saw Chalky do some serious damage with the sniper rifle, hoping that he might be able to put on a show once again.
And finally, go hard game 1. You don't want to be going into game number 2 with a loss. Remember, if they lose 2 in a row, they will be going home. But if they can actually somehow scrape game number 1 out of the hands of Optic Gaming, that's not only going to put the pressure back onto Optic, because they're going to be 1 game away from going home,
right,
but more than anything, it will give them a lot of confidence rolling forward. At the moment, best of 3 on screen there. It's going to be Empire for game 1, Fathom for game 2, then back to Empire for game 3. All team slayers, first to 50 kills wins.
That's right. So of course, we'll have to see which team, one team is able to force a game 3, if the same result will occur here, what we saw from game number 1. But These teams have been playing these maps, like we said in the pregame show, over and over and over again, just warming up each day, learning more about the maps, learning new jumps, learning different routes that they can take. So we'll have to see if that practice has paid off as we get a little bit of a fly-through now on this map. Empire, like Sim said earlier, you saw it in the beta, but a lot of community feedback has helped shape this map to be what it is now as we get closer to launch.
Look for those changes as we move through. Again, with the weapons as well, no sniper rifles on this map this time. The plasma cannon is there. It does a lot of damage. I actually managed to pick up quite a few kills with that. And again, there are two ways you can use this weapon. We'll see it as we see players that usually either charge it up and go for a big shot, or you can go for the multiple ones where the grenades do bounce. As you can see there, OS on the screen. It's kind of a bit of a pit area, and you'll see when that's coming up, players just diving in, hoping to get their hands on that. We are moments away from getting game number 1 underway. It is currently locking and loading. We're going to start things off with Chalky's POV. People in the audience, make some noise. Game number 1's about to kick off. Chalky now moving forward, coming straight off of the blue side, moving down, looking for the OS. Grenades go in, but of course, Optic Gaming on the other side, know it's there as well. Chalky putting some shots in. You see, hit it markers. Will he charge him? Unfortunately, gets stolen away by Assault.
Yeah, that's going to be Assault grabbing that overshield. So as you see, you did see Radar on screen there for a moment. The Radar is covered for all players on the stage, and we do have a little bit of a cover here for it, just so it's not too confusing for you viewing at home. But these players are playing without Radar here for the first time also, of course, because the beta did include Radar as well. So they've been practicing for the past few days without the motion tracker enabled, and that will be the case today as well. But Assault on Optic Gaming, his overshield is melted, but they do come away with a 3-1 lead.
He does indeed, but now it goes down to 3-2 because he does get melted, unfortunately. Didn't really get much of it. Didn't do much with that. He kind of got boxed in by both players from sides at the moment, as we now see Maniac picking up the BR. He's going to be pushing up to T2 at the moment. Finds one player, 1-2. Will he get the 4? He will not. He will go down to half a shield, stat bleeping at the moment as you see Ace coming in to give him some defense at the moment. We see another player there. Grenades are coming across from over at the turbine. He's going to push across now to red base as we see Ace picking up the shotgun and the SMG, but unfortunately he goes down. Flamesword now going to try and make use of these weapons. Decides to switch out the plasma cannon for the BR. Does the clamber up through the window up to T3. Now he knows how important this shotgun is, but then again on screen you can see it's going to be Supremacy who get the OS.
But look at this, Flamesword might be sneaking around here in the tower. That's where you want to keep the shotgun. Look at that, the distance that he's able to get on that. I mean, he wants to stay alive there, but he is taken down. But 2Foxy does have the OS for Supremacy.
He did go for the reload and he did get shut down, but you saw how far it managed to hit him. Score pretty much neck and neck. Supremacy only 1 kill down as we find 2Foxy finding the player, gets the beat down, and the AR as well. He's currently no shield. Will he get it back? Yes, he does indeed. 2Foxy now looking through with the BR, puts a shot, but nobody's there. Jumps across, uses the clamber to T3. Again, Spartan ability is making movement so easy. One player does go down, deciding 2 kills down now. To see Foxy hunting around, trying to find some players. He's got some defense behind, moving up to T3. Still not really finding anyone. He's got this BR, but no one's at range at the moment in time, Bravo.
That's right. What we're seeing here is Optic Gaming just doesn't want to push in alone. You saw right there, Assault tried to make a move. He was the only player there, however, so they're actually going to get taken down.
And they do indeed. Is the only 1 kill in it. 9 minutes 50 remaining on the clock. They know West is going to be coming up because they managed to get down. However, 2Foxy gets shut down behind. And look at the corner there. Did you see somebody hiding? I believe it's hiding at the moment, trying to get that next to West spawn. Chalky using the thruster, gets out of the way, uses that sneaky, finds Maniac, full shields, puts a lot of damage in with that Magnum. Will he get the kill? Yes, he does. Reversal as well, because he was only half shields.
That was a big kill there. See him landing those pistol shots. Gotta say, Sims, the pistol has been tuned since the beta, right? It's a trusty long-range weapon. It's really viable except at the longest of ranges. So you see him taking advantage of that in that engagement. It's going to give them a little bit of a lead here now, 16-13, but Flamesword and Optic need to rally back.
Flamesword now jumping into Turbine, finds 1 player, but notably no one's really going for the plasma cast, which is interesting. Catches 1 player jumping up, gets the beat down, finishes off the kill now, as we see the bolt shot on the floor there, decides not to pick it up. Flamesword now looking around to see what he can do. Grenade goes in, will he get a hit back? No, he does not, but he gets charged back onto bottom mid.
Oh, I love what I'm seeing here, the use of the Spartan ability. So the first thing is Flamesword, right out of a melee battle, he uses the thruster pack. Reason being, you want to get away from melee distance once you land that melee. And then secondly, Riots comes up on Tower 3, lands that Spartan charge, and literally punches him off of T3. We'll see if Chalky grabs the overshield, but no, I believe it's going to be his teammate who comes away with that, but he's taken down right away, so that'll be burned now over to Riots.
More than anything, though, rather than even if it's not such a kill, just pushing him straight out of T3. Yeah. Down he went, no shield, called it out. One of his teammates cleaned it up 1 shot. Again, there's so many ways you can use these Spartan abilities, and it's how players define them and how they use them out of the game going forward. At the moment, Riots 20-18, 8 minutes 20 on the clock, 2 kills up. He's now got half shields. However, this shotgun, if anybody even comes close to him, this thing can practically snipe people out of the air. The damage it does is ridiculous. It's like a power weapon in its own right at the moment. Just camping back a little bit, finds 1 player. That's going to be Assault. 2 shots, takes him down Look at the range.
Perfect use of that shotgun, YY shotgun once again to take him down. But I have to say, one of the things you're going to see, Sims, if you haven't played the beta, you might not be familiar with this mechanic, but anytime you see a player weak, they're actually not going to be sprinting around. Take a look at Riot's shields. They still haven't recharged because he's sporadically using that sprint ability. So once these players are shot, they need to stop sprinting, as they will be penalized if they continue to move around like that.
And it was one thing we heard them talking about yesterday so much. I need to stop sprinting. I need to stop sprinting. And they knew the punishment was there. There've been so many times you'd see them just pause. It's like, okay, I need to get my shields back. Long range shotgun from Riot's there. He decides to no, turns around, puts one down. He's looking for the second player. He's got no shields at the moment. Can he stay alive? His player's taking shots in the back. He's there to give defense, but unfortunately gets cleaned up in the end by, I believe that was Ace. Coming off Ace now with the spawn, finds one player jumping through a window trying to clamber up, but doesn't finally make it. 25 to 29. Optic Gaming down 4 kills at this moment in time.
That's right. It's been a battle of the shotgun at the tower, right? That's what we've seen throughout the entire match. Finally, Ace has it in hand. I like how he's using that thruster pack to get across the map and close those gaps as he has a shotgun here, as he's going to charge up this player and finds 2.
At the moment, gets the miss, though. Unfortunately, manages to clean him up in the end. Turns around. That's going to be another player. 27 to 31, 28 to 21. They're at 31. They're bringing it back now as the moment as he finds himself up on T3. Looking for some players. He's got the BR. He's not finding anybody at the moment. Someone came up behind him, gets the shotgun beat down, but unfortunately gets shut down shortly after.
And now we'll go over to Flamesword here. Take a look. They're still down by 4 kills. So what they need to do is just lock down this overshield. Oh, it's a big play from Flamesword. Forces Ramirez to get the burn.
He actually picked it up, but again, you have that little window of opportunity to take somebody down as they're forcing that OS into the chest, which Flamesword does with brilliant 3 kills down at the moment.
And that's a huge play, Sims.
Yeah.
I mean, holding a player from getting the overshield just like that in the last second of time, it's going to keep them in the game.
Coming up behind him now, Riot's trying to run away, does get shot in the back, finally gets cleaned up. Flamesword hanging around in a different area this time, opting to go outside.
This is really the first setup we've seen of really anyone checking outside. That plasma caster does drop in 10 seconds. We'll have to see if anyone sets an eye on that, but so far we haven't seen the plasma caster become a huge factor.
So we're hitting 6 minutes remaining, 32-34, 2-kill lead for the moment for Supremacy. We're seeing Flamesword moving his way across red outside. Look at that though,
that's
thrust through the window.
Yeah, it's a really good getaway there. Of course, very aware of his surroundings there. It might also land down, but he gets hit with a Spartan charge, so he has to back down, but that's good help from his teammates. There's still a 3-kill match, Sims.
There's a constant lead from Supremacy all the time. It seems to be neck and neck. They got that initial start at the thing, but the push comes in for the OS.
Oh, and that is a big, big grab indeed. That's Assault. Who comes away with that? We'll go over to him to see if he can make some plays.
There's Ramirez. He's getting shut down. Assault cleans that one up with the Magnum. We've seen so many times that thing does damage, and look, there you go, scoping in. He will get some big shots. That's going to be Riot's running through, though, as he's shooting him in the back.
Oh, it looks like, and it looks like Riot's might have disconnected there, so I do believe we had a little bit of a network error there.